Okay, there we go. um, Welcome back to Saving Throw. This is Proficiency Check with me, Dom Zook. I run things here at Saving Throw, and I have this sort of weekly talk where I just, I don't know, chat about things, talk about what we're working on, what we're dealing with, and things like that. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Um, Hopefully that's louder for you guys. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Um, yeah. The sound was fine, but the mic audio is really low. Well, I don't know what to do about that. This is about as loud as we get. You guys are probably catching up to where I am, so I'm probably going higher than you really need. Anyway, fun times. So, how's it going, guys? Uh, a little bit to talk about this week. Not a whole ton, but I'm excited to be back with you guys. It seems like it's been a very long time since I've I've chatted with you. But that's probably just because we had the Never Tell Me the Odds guys on here last time, which was a whole boatload of fun. And we'll be doing another one. The Black Bag folks will be here next time. So in 2 weeks, I'll be talking with Black Bag, Wes and Ben and Michelle and Megan and Jordan. Uh, yes, I am on the West Coast right now, Reckmond. It's nice. It's very nice right now, but come this Friday, it's about to turn into a hellhole. So I'm enjoying it. Windows are wide open while I can. So fun times. Anyway, um, so I had a couple things that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I know. I need to buy more chairs. I don't have any more chairs. In fact, David broke the chair that he was sitting in here last time, so I'm down one chair. But oh well, so it goes. Um, so I want to talk to you guys about a couple things that I am working on. Uh, the first one, yeah, we don't have the chat rooms that explode like they do in other on other streams. So uh, for now, enjoy us being able to respond to you in a timely manner. I hope that we never stop doing that. That's one of the goals here is to always be chatting with you guys in as real time as possible. So anyway, um, so this weekend we're doing a 24-hour marathon, an RPG marathon, and everything that we do is going to everything that we raise, and in fact, this entire month, everything that we raise is going to the Alzheimer's Association to support Alzheimer's research and to find a cure, Alzheimer's, and that also includes dementia and some other brain diseases. Um, it's a thing that's very close to our hearts. A number of us here at Saving Throw have been affected by Alzheimer's or dementia in our daily lives, our friends and family. So it's something personal that we do. We did one last year, and we raised about $2,600. So this year we're trying to raise 4,000. And you can see up in the corner there, there's the ticker. That's where we are right now. So that's That's so good. That's great. We haven't even hit our marathon, which is when we are going, and we're already almost 40% of the way there. So thank you for all of the support that you've given us. I wanted to talk a little bit about um, sort of what's going to happen on the marathon or during the marathon. We have a lot of things planned, semi-planned, not very well planned as we go on there. So I'm excited to kind of get going because marathons. If you've watched any of our marathons before, like it's uh, it's quite an ordeal to put together something like that, and especially with a crew the size that we have. We have a lot of players, but we don't necessarily have an actual crew, so it's pretty fun. So anyway, the specifics, if you're not aware, uh, the marathon starts Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Yes, we are here on the West Coast. Um, and it goes until Saturday the 18th at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And we start with Black Bag, which is our normal Friday show. All of the streams are going to be a little bit shorter. So they're going to be about 2.5 hours long. Normally, our shows are about 3.5 to 4 hours long. But there was a lot of things that we wanted to try and get in and do while we were streaming, because there's just so much, and we already had a couple things that were already sort of tagged. So we wanted to play a bunch of different games and stuff like that. So this will hopefully, by having a little shorter sort of convention size length of show, that will hopefully allow us to get more things in. So what are we doing? So first off, we're starting with Black Bag, which is our Call of Cthulhu RPG spectacular, which is, I mean, if you're not watching it, I highly recommend it. It is quite possibly one of, well, all of my children are great. I'm not going to say one is better than the other, but it is one of my favorite for sure. And when we have like 7 different shows, that's a lot. So anyway, I love Black Bag. I love Call of Cthulhu. Wes is a great GM. So definitely check that one out. So we start off with that. Let me pull up the full list here. So we start off with Black Bag at 7 o'clock. Then between each show, we've got a half an hour break. And in those half hours, we're going to be doing a bunch of different things depending on what gets unlocked. As the donations go up, we have certain things that are getting unlocked. We have global rewards that are being ticked off. Right now, we only have a few, but we're adding more as we go. And so right now we have at the $1,000, when we hit $1,000, which we already have, everyone who tunes into our marathon is going to be earning XP at a rate of 2 times the normal rate. So right now you earn 1 XP per minute. So during the marathon, starting at 7 o'clock on Friday evening, you will earn 2 per minute. If we hit 3,000 XP, then you'll earn 3 times the XP per. Wait, if we hit $3,000, you will earn 3 times the XP per minute. So if you like spending that XP or earning it, it behooves you to get your friends to donate and try and boost those levels. Even if you can't donate, that's fine. Just share, like, subscribe, whatever, comment, whatever it takes to get the word out that we're doing this this year. So, yeah. So at the $2,500 level, if we hit $2,500, we will have a Nerf gun war. And I've been stocking up on my Nerf guns. So, yeah. Wait, 11 p.m. for you. Are you in Bermuda? Where is that? It's weird. Hey, Ridgeback. Yeah, pancakes. Pancakes. I know I keep swearing to you that we're gonna do pancakes. Uh, can I just say I'm very happy that Restreamio is the chat is actually working and it's showing me both YouTube um, and Twitch chat. So thank you, Restreamio. That's awesome. I'm glad you're actually working for once. Yeah. Oh yeah. 10 p.m. Yep. There you go. 3 hours difference. Yes. Um, but hey, we'll be going all night and into the next day. So you'll wake up before everyone here on the West Coast will still be awake, and we will continue going from there. Um, so yes, Nerf War. I've been stocking up. Um, Look at this. I I haven't had a Nerf gun in like forever, and I picked up two of these and two of these, and I've got one of those in-strike rifles coming too. It's so crazy, but these are I'm going to try and mod these guys for to hang on the wall when we start our Shadowrun game, because this looks like the Ares Predator gun that is figured so prominently. This one has a motor in it. You can hear it. That's insane. I mean, that's crazy. That's just bonkers. Anyway, I'm the only one who has guns in our group. So I could be nice and loan some of my guns out for this Nerf war, or I can keep them all myself and people are just going to have to fight and throw darts, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I am super stoked for that. Um, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about the Super Soaker thing. We were talking about doing a well, I won't give away all of our secrets. There's still some things that we're talking about that we might do if we can figure out a way to do them safely. Um, yes, Zookies are my special recipe. They're my cookie recipe, handed down generation after generation. Um, I wish I could send those out. They would not last the trip, but they are so good. Um, I I was thinking about getting the big like massive machine gun with the belts on the side, the two canisters on the side that go through. But I only have so much money, so I already like these I got a long time ago, and then these ones I just got because they were cheap, and and then I got the rifle, and that's about it. That one is like $100. I couldn't quite put $100 towards it, so um yeah, could do a lightsaber battle. Although my lightsaber is in a little it's in a state of disrepair. It needs to be fixed before I swing it at anything because it will fire off the plastic sheathing, which is neat. It's very cool, but yeah, it's getting dark. I didn't turn the light on in here, so it's gonna get really dark. 1 second. So see this? Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, not good for fights. Anyway, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I should check thrift stores. That might be what I do Thursday. Anyway, um, so many things we'll be doing a bunch of different things between the games, including playing other games, the Nerf War. We have a bunch of other surprises for you guys. So yeah, excited for that. So anyway, we're starting off with Black Bag. The cool thing about Black Bag is that there's going to be a one singular. The donations are all going to be the same. Oh, by the way, XP is going to be locked on during the marathon. You cannot spend XP. So if you want to influence the games like you can normally, it's got to be a donation. Um, because it's a charity donation. It's a charity marathon. You will earn tons of XP, but you will not be able to spend it during the marathon. So get that XP in now. Spend it if you want, and then get your friends to donate for you on your behalf if you need to. So for Black Bag, we have a special reward. For $150, you can basically get a spot on a future episode of Black Bag. And we will either Skype you in, or if you're in the neighborhood, we'll put you up. Well, we won't put you up. You will have to pay for your lodging and stuff. But we will get you a seat at the table. We will feed you and hang out and play some Call of Cthulhu with you. So there's only one of those available. It's $150. Yeah, I think that's really exciting because you'll basically be creating, adding into that world all on your own. So yeah, we'll have you on the stream and everything. So it'd be pretty cool. Oh, thank you. Yes, I have my dad's hairline, which is sort of going. Yeah. No, this is a DuckTales t-shirt, which I'll be getting into soon. Yeah, you could sleep in my car, except if it's during the marathon, it'll be full of stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, so Black Bag first. Then at 10 o'clock, we're playing Roll for Shoes, which is an indie RPG. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played it. I have not, but Jordan has. And that's going to be, I think, pretty fun. It sounds really interesting. You basically roll for everything you do, you make a roll for, and then things that you succeed at become the skills that you know. And so that's pretty I don't know, exciting. There are two specials during his stream. If we raise $100 during the Roll for Shoes stream, Jordan will spin the wheel of genre change, which will launch the game into a different direction. Basically, he will change the genre completely, and everyone was going to have to sort of move and adapt to that. So that's if he raises $100 during his stream. If he raises $200, then he spends it again. So there's that. And also, the highest donor during his session will win a starter pack of Roll for Shoes. So that's not bad. Let's see. What are you guys talking about here? Oh, I'm sorry, Ridgeback. Well, Scotland needs better internet. I don't know. I don't know how to help you with that, but I wish that they had better internet. But I'm glad that the sun is rising. That's good. That means that in Scotland, the sun rises. So, Wednesday looks good on that side of the world. We have some fun people in chat today. Hello, welcome everybody. Jack, I am going to be streaming for a couple hours or so. Not too long. These are usually just little quick chats. Tell you kind of what I've been working on and what we're doing here at Saving Throw. So, not super long. Okay. So, Roll for Shoes. Then at 1 in the morning, we're playing Microscope, which is a really great Hi Garav. Yes. Chat has gotten a bit weird. Looks like we got raided. Hey guys, welcome. Are you a good raid or a bad raid? I guess we will find out. Yes. Okay, Microscope. I don't know if you've ever played Microscope. If you haven't played Microscope, you should definitely check it out. And it is pretty like it's very unique. It's essentially it's you are creating an entire anything you want. You can go from a universal scale, a galactic scale. You can create an entire um, world as it is. You basically uh, influence the game is played. There's no rolling of dice. There's no GM. You basically come up with concepts and focuses and create a timeline of this universe. And you can actually scale it to any size you want. So it can be universal. You can be creating planets and solar systems and galaxies and all that stuff. But you can also be minute in size. You can create a week in a landscape of your choosing. So it's super flexible. If you've ever wanted to like create a world for your campaign and have it be something that the players and everyone kind of buys into, Microscope is a really excellent game for that. I can't recommend it enough, and we're going to be playing it during the marathon at 1 in the morning. So definitely check that out. And Garav is going to be playing that game with us, and that's GM. Oh, I'll tell you the GMs actually. So Black Bag is GM Wes Otis. Roll for Shoes is Jordan Collarman. Microscope is going to be David Crennan. And then David is also running Gamma World for us. That's at 4 in the morning. So I haven't seen Gamma World since I was a kid. I never played it. I just remember seeing it. It was always at the hobby shop where I picked up my D&D stuff, and I just never played it. So I am excited to see that in action. And again, Garav is playing in the Gamma World. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And David is running that. There's a ton of things that you can donate for. Random mutations. You can add artifacts. There's rerolls. You can add bad guys. But here's the best thing. During the Microscope game, okay, this is from 1 to 3:30 in the morning, Pacific Daylight Time. Okay. If we raise $200 during the Microscope, David will do the entire Gamma World game as Nicolas Cage. If you haven't seen his Nicolas Cage, get on that. Watch Never Tell Me the Odds. Garav World. I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, my hobbies are gaming all day, keck. But spreadsheets. God, I love spreadsheets. Collecting Nerf guns and DuckTales, which I'm going to talk about soon. Yeah. Yeah, we're being rated, BSB. Stream is going good. Yes, and he's definitely going to wreck his voice. But hey, for $200, why not? You know what I mean? So that's only during Microscope. It doesn't count during Gamma World. You got to do it before Gamma World starts. So that's $200. So Gamma World has nothing unique in it. Then, at least no unique rewards as of yet. We might have some giveaways for you. So definitely tune in. End of the World starts at 7 in the morning on Saturday, our time, and that is GM Space Colonizer. I don't know if Space Colonizer is in here right now, but he is going to be coming down and running a game of End of the World. And so we're super excited for that. Hey, Kevin, any plans for more Pathfinder at any point? Absolutely. Yeah, we are working on... it's just finding the time and the crew to put it together. So we're working on Pathfinder and Shadowrun shows right now to try and do more of those. So we absolutely want to be playing some more Pathfinder. So hopefully soon we'll have something to announce, but probably after Gen Con, we'll announce something. Hey, Crazy forever. Yeah, what's up, guys? Um, and James, yes, you can. Absolutely. Okay. So let's see. Where did I leave off? End of the world. So end of the world. It's an alien invasion, and all of the players are playing themselves. I don't want to give too much more away from that, but I am super excited to have Space Colonizer running a game for us. The shoe is now on the other foot. He is now a GM and not a garbage person, at least for that period of time. Hey, Holly. Welcome. I am also a Jedi. I have that stuff over there. I don't know if that's technically me being a Jedi, but I'll allow it. It's my show. I can allow it. Okay. Here's one that I'm super excited for. At 10 in the morning on Saturday morning, we're playing Beastmasters of Yagamore. If you watched the Alzheimer's stream last year, we played Beastmasters of Yagamore. I was in that game. Tom is the GM. Again, we have some exciting guests for that particular show. Yeah, Beastmasters of Yagamore is a Danger Patrol hack. So if you've played Danger Patrol, you'll have some idea of kind of what we're doing. If you haven't played Danger Patrol, it's just a big old fun time. So it's really cool, fairly rules light, lots of fun. Yeah. I have not played Destiny the Microsoft game, or Destiny as in Force and Destiny, the Star Wars RPG. If it's the Star Wars RPG, that I've played. But not Destiny, the Microsoft game. No, BSB. The Carl Sagan one was Atomic Robo, which is a Fate, a Fate setting. Ridgeback. He might have to change it to Earth Colonizer for his game. We'll see. Yes, Holly. No, I have not played that Destiny. I've seen people play it. I haven't played it though. Our GM Mace, who is our GM for Barky's Brigade, he plays Destiny actually, and he occasionally streams it. So, yeah. And then the last game that we're playing on Saturday is Dark Sun. That starts at 1 o'clock, so a little bit later than its normal time. But all the same things apply. And the Sorcerer Kings are still in effect, all of that stuff. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then at 4 o'clock, we're bringing back Wizards, Warriors, and You, where we do a live reading of a book of Wizards, Warriors, and You, which is the Choose Your Own Adventure kind of RPG hack book. It was a lot of fun during our last 24 or 26 hour marathon a couple months ago. So we're going back to it, and we're doing it. And we actually have some donations that you can do during that. For $15, I will change my narration voice to whatever you tell me to. So you can test my impersonations, you can test my accents. They're both terrible. I'll tell you that much right now. And then for $50, we will abandon whatever book we're reading, and we will start a new Wizards, Warriors, and You. So there you go. There's a couple of options. But anyway, so that's the thing. Tomorrow I'll be sending out what all of the rewards are that we have right now anyway, for redemptions. And yeah, super looking forward to it. So this Friday, starting at 7 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time, we start our 24-hour stream. And all the proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Association. So super great cause. Really excited for it. All donations all month are going to the Alzheimer's Association. So please feel free to help us out and help out the Alzheimer's Association. So there you go. that's the update for the Alzheimer's stream. If you have any questions about the marathon or anything like that, please let me know in chat, and I will hopefully catch it at some point. There's lots of people. Oh, everyone left. The raid left. Oh well. Hey guys, you guys are the true fans. And if you're new and you stuck around after that raid, well, welcome. You're a true fan too. So let's see what else. So this DuckTales RPG I keep hinting and prodding and showing and talking about. There's no secret. I love DuckTales. And I was thinking of a way to adapt it into an RPG. It's very much like an RPG already, just the story and everything. Just sort of works very well for that, with that genre. And so what I've been doing recently is I've been studying a couple of systems that I am pondering using as the base for this RPG. And I've been looking very heavily into Fate Core. That's what I've sort of started with. I like the concept of sort of having a defined world that the players can sort of feed into. But I also like some of the aspects of sort of solidifying some of those things, so that if they want to play Uncle Scrooge rather than just some nameless duck, then we have something sort of set in stone, and you can absolutely do that with Fate. I'm looking. What I'm going to be doing is looking at the Fate toolkit to sort of see what I can and can't cut out of that system, but also looking at Savage Worlds, and also looking at Savage Worlds, which is a system I actually really enjoy. I don't get to play it enough, so I'm not 100% familiar with it, but I've been studying it and have some friends that can help me out with that. So Savage Worlds and Fate Core, it's down to those two. We'll see which one I go with, but there you go. Hanson's choice of the new generation, who likes cane sugar and no caffeine. That's right. I'm on no caffeine. Too much Coke. So the Coke that I drink is generally, if I'm drinking a Coke, it's a caffeine-free Coke, which I know is disgusting, but it actually tastes okay if you're not looking for the bite that the caffeine has. I like it better than Pepsi. That's all I can say. I'm sorry, but it's true. Cipher system. I will look at the Cipher system. I know you love the Cipher system, James. I will look at it. But honestly, I wanted to do a Fate or Savage Worlds game, just because those have been on my radar for a very long time, and I would love to get something going in them. So that's sort of where we are right now. The door is not yet closed on which system I use, so that could very well change. I could jump into a Cipher system, perhaps. We'll see. Yeah. Yes. The Rage system as a DuckTales, DuckTales mod of the Rage system would be awesome, and actually easier than you think. I like Cipher system. I have nothing against it. That's for sure. But it's just these ones it's been in the hopper much longer for me. So this is a way for me to get to learn them in sort of a fun and interesting way, and get that out. But yeah, I'm sorry I don't have a ton of stuff like ready to go yet with DuckTales. Like, I don't have enough really to talk about, like the system or anything. Once I nail down the system, I'll be able to do a lot more. But basically, what I'm going to have the players, what I would ideally like is that people will be playing Uncle Scrooge, the nephews, Launchpad, etc. And uh, there will be various antagonists that come in. You'll have your Magicas, you'll have your Beagle Boys, you'll have um, your Flintheart Glomgolds and such, and basically challenging the players to various things. So traveling across the world to find some ancient icon or artifact or something like that. But yeah, basically that's it in a nutshell. It's very, very simple, um, very straightforward. So, but beyond that, I don't really have a ton, um, to give you guys off of that. But certainly, if you have ideas of things that you're like, oh, you cannot forget this, then definitely, message me, shoot me an email, Twitter, whatever. And my Twitter is @Gadzuk. Of course, you can always find me at Saving Throw Show if you need to get a hold of me as well. So, yeah. Yes, Castles and Chemo is awesome. Definitely check out what he's doing because it's very cool. Um, yes, the Curse of Darkwing. Um, yeah, it's actually in my little notebook. I have that it will be tied in with Darkwing Duck. So there will be some elements from Darkwing Duck. You could Negaduck and all the other the cast of characters from Darkwing Duck will be available. Gizmo Duck, of course. Um, but yeah, it'll be all tied together. Whether I make it a sort of cinematic universe with like Goof Troop and everything, I don't know yet. Um, it's funny that there's only Mickey and Minnie Mouse and Mickey's nephews. Those are the only mice that live in the Disney world. Am I wrong? Um, I mean, Oswald is the only rabbit, but uh, yeah. But then it's just ducks and dogs, pretty much, and a few cows, um, and whatever Goofy is. It's very weird. Um, yeah. I know, I can't forget to part the veils of reality. I almost forgot to part the veils of reality last time, and thank God. Thank God I remembered. Oh, Mortimer Mouse. Okay, so there's 6 mice in total. Is he a rat? Is that what we're going to get hung up on? You very well, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so yes, I am working on a DuckTales RPG. No, well, it's Goof Troop, so it's yeah. Of course, it'd be Goofy and his son. Um, um, yeah. So I don't have too much to go on with Ducktales. I'm just super excited about working on it. I don't have a like my time is not what it should be to work on an RPG for sure. But I love digging into it and sort of massaging those pieces into something that is hopefully going to be fun to play. Um, I don't know if I would GM it necessarily, but maybe we'll see. Um, yeah, and then go from there. So, uh, yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited about it. If you can't tell, initially what I initially wanted to do was do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness campaign and have them be actual mutant ducks. Um, that was interesting, but just the rest of the system, the Palladium system, just doesn't quite work out for that. It's just way too specific for things, and it doesn't allow for that much fun to be had. Once you get past the character creation, there's like not a whole lot to go on from there. So I didn't quite go that directly. Right, nothing but time. Ducks. Um, yeah, I did. Pete's a cat, huh? I always thought Pete was a dog, but a cat makes sense because he's got the pointy ears. Um, hmm. Huh. Disney trivia. Disney trivia. I never thought I would know, but now I do. Knowing is half the battle. And that's a completely different RPG system. Uh, hey, Random Cloud, welcome. Random Cloud is joining us over on the YouTubes. Uh, just so everyone knows, we are both on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. The timing may be a little bit off depending on how it's processing through the various servers, but welcome to both YouTubers and Twitch. If you are watching on YouTube, know that on Twitch, while you watch on Twitch, you actually earn XP, which you can then spend on the various streams that we have to influence the games that we play. So that's just one of the ways that we do things here. And yeah, turtle ducks were an Avatar thing. Yeah, I believe you're right. Fire ferrets, turtle ducks, things like that. Um, anyway, if you're on YouTube and you want to earn XP, but prefer the YouTube experience, just go over to Twitch, pop open the chat, and then go back over to YouTube and silence the Twitch the Twitch page. And then you earn XP while having the great YouTube experience. So I know a few people do that. So that's one way that you can play. But yeah, if you don't know, some people may be new. We had a raid earlier. Looks like most of those people left, but a lot of people don't know that yes, you can influence the games that we play. We play 5 different RPGs. Or systems, RPG systems, on Saving Throw Show, and you can influence every single one of them. So if you enjoy doing that, or if that sounds interesting to you, then just let me know. Hey, Gallant Armor, that's a very gallant name. Are there audio versions that you can download and listen to the games on the go? That's a great question. Yes. The Barkeys Brigade, which is our D&D stream, we're currently working on converting those episodes to podcast form. Thanks to our Patreon backers, we were able to raise enough money to start that process, but it's a big process. We're starting with the current season, and then we're going to try and move our way back. And then, but Never Tell Me the Odds, which airs every other Friday. It aired last Friday, and it will air in a couple of weeks. That is already a podcast. So if you're not listening to Never Tell Me the Odds, Star Wars RPG Podcast dot. Oh, I'm going to screw it up. Org, I think. It's really weird. Okay, now I got to look it up. Star Wars RPG No, it's .com. It is .com. Okay, Star Wars RPG Podcast.com, or NTMTO, Never Tell Me the Odds podcast, is the Twitter, at NTMTO podcast. So that's already on. You can get it on Stitcher, I think, and iTunes. So if you like Star Wars RPG, definitely get the Never Tell Me the Odds podcast. Barkeys Brigade, coming soon. Hopefully this summer so that you have something to listen to in between your Never Tell Me the Odd stuff. Hey, Lift the Game. Bastion, you are right. There are bears. So yes, there are a number of animals that. Yeah, yeah, Fuckwad. We've already determined how much free time I have. Oh look, my monitors are turning colors, which is great. Now I look normal. I don't look quite so peaked. Um. You don't know how right you are, Ridgeback. Um. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I have to create basically I have to create races for the DuckTales RPG, and that I when I started looking at that, I was like, how is that going to work? Especially if I want to add like bonkers in there, like I don't know, but chipmunks, um, ducks, dogs, cats, bears now. Um, yeah, there's kind of a lot in like what aspects each one of those gets. Now the fate system doesn't necessarily ascribe certain bonuses and stuff to races. I mean, you can certainly work that out, but something that was somewhat appealing was that no one really gets any bonuses for being anything. It's not like the ducks like naturally can swim or fly or anything like that. So no one has any actual animal powers. The dogs can't smell more or smell better or anything. No one has any heightened senses or anything. So everyone is just a human basically, but they all look different. So I'm kind of steering away from like having a sort of racial selector that it's like oh, you picked the half orc, okay, you get a plus to your strength and whatever. It's just going to be sort of like straight across the board. You just determine how you want to look. Do you want to look like a duck or do you want to look like a dog? Things like that. Yeah, marsupilami's, yeah. AKA bonkers. I know it's marsupilami. But yeah, that's just one of the hurdles that I've been reviewing. So yeah, hopefully I'll find some sort of middle ground there. But yeah, I'm definitely there are a lot of systems that I want to play more of, and I've been usually the only time that I get to play any games is when I go to Gen Con, which is coming up. I don't know if anyone here is going to Gen Con. I feel like we ask this every time we have Proficiency Check, but it's August 4th through 7th. It's in Indianapolis, Indiana, or Indiana City, Indiana. And yeah, a lot of the team is going out there. Amy, Tom, Mason, Tyler, Sean, and Ben. We're all going out there. We're going to play Barky's Brigade live, and our studio audience, can influence the show. So yeah, we're excited. We're excited for that. Finally, more than just myself and Ivan will be there at Gen Con. So I'm super excited. Most of these people have never been to Gen Con before. It will be my third time. It will be Tom's, I don't know, 20th time, 30th time, something like that. Oh yeah, Tailspin for sure. Jungle Book, not so much. Robin Hood, yes. Yes. There you go. Basically, do they wear clothes? If they don't wear clothes, it's not in the extended universe. That's going to be I'm going to stamp my foot down. That's it. Anyway, yeah, if you are going to Gen Con, please check us out. I'm also doing a panel about doing this and how we do it for saving throw. So if you've been interested in getting into Twitch streaming with your RPGs, excuse me, or just games in general, yeah, come on down to the panel and we can talk about it. Yeah, Tom's been going to Gen Con for a very long time. Good for him too. Oh, JC, you live there, but you can't afford. Well, if you are, the thing is, hmm. Yeah, I know you can't get into the there are some events like our Barkey's event is a paid event, so you wouldn't be able to get into that. But there are some events that are not that are free. Some of the seminars, including our Twitch seminar, which is free. So and you don't have to have a pass to go into the convention center. It's just going around the floor and stuff is where you need the pass. So you might be able to just go and hang out and just hang out around the campus. And if you spot us, say hi. We'll be wearing T-shirts, I'm sure, and nothing else, just T-shirts. Because Twitch won't be there, baby. We can wear whatever we want. No, I don't like that. I don't like that concept. Bastion, yes, you're a genius. Fashion benefits. Pants versus shirts. But Rekmond, Gen Con is halfway. You wouldn't have to go all the way to the West Coast. It's a halfway. It's Indiana. Indiana from you. That's not bad, right? um let's see. So what else is going on? Hmm. I don't know. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. There's a lot of stuff that we have going on behind the scenes that I can't talk about yet. So that's exciting. But not very exciting for you. Um, but yeah, we're going to be starting. I hope to be starting the Patreon Hangouts again. It's been difficult because we moved everything up an hour. It's hard for us to do a hangout beforehand, and then we're still ending at about the same time, so it's hard for us to do a Patreon hangout afterwards. So we're looking at possibly doing them on Saturdays. So if you are a Patreon backer, thank you, first of all. And we are going to be doing those hangouts. We're going to start them back up again. And they'll be open to all Patreon backers. So from $1 to however much you donate, you will be able to access those. So they'll only be for Patreon backers. And yeah. Oh, tomorrow, Amy and I are going to be on a podcast. Exploding DM is the guy. Let me get his Twitch in here, because it'll be good to know, right? It's twitch.tv/explodingdice. I'm putting it into chat right now. Both their Twitch gets it and YouTube get it, and you guys will probably not know why this is going in here until it comes back. Hey, Random Cloud, cool. Get on that Twitch, earn that XP. Anyway, Amy and I are going to be on his show. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. West Coast, Pacific Daylight Time. It starts a little later than normal. He normally starts an hour earlier, but in order to accommodate our work schedules and stuff, he has graciously moved his stuff around so that he could accommodate us. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things, including the marathon and also the upcoming album. Again, if you're a Pathfinder backer, you are familiar with the songs that Amy has been coming out with. If you missed Barky's Brigade last week, you missed a epic rap that she wrote and performed. Oh, awesome, JC. I hope you get that. I hope you work the Fantasy Flight booth. That would be awesome. If so, let us know. I will come and say hi because I will definitely be in that booth at some point over the weekend. Um, yeah. Anyway, yeah, definitely come. Yeah, raid Exploding Dice tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and come say hello. Come say hi to Amy and I, and as we chat about things that we love, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm talking about Save and Throw. Oh, I think Chris and Tyler will definitely be dropping beats on that. Yeah, that was pretty. That was epic. That was one of the probably best song experiences that she's done on a stream. I had absolutely no expectations. Amy often will send me she'll send me usually tabs and stuff for the songs with, chord progressions and the lyrics. And she's like, how does this sound? And, I'll read it and it's always awesome. And she sent me the rap and I was like, this is brilliant. But I was like, I have no idea. I've never heard Amy rap. I don't think Amy listens to rap. I don't know what to expect. And so she was like, I'm going to do the rap. And then literally like right before the episode, she was like, I'm not going to do the rap. I'm going to do this other song that I'm more comfortable with. And I was like, that's fine. That one's cool too. And then she just was like, nope, I'm going to do the rap. So I was like, okay, well, here we go. This is going to be really good or really bad. And of course, it was good. And yeah, I was floored. And I'm normally like, Amy's amazing and she can pull this stuff out. But yeah, even I was amazed at what she was able to do. So anyway, that's definitely going to be on the album. If you are a Patreon backer, you are getting these songs for free once a month as we go. You will not have to pay for an album unless you want the cool art that's going to come with the album. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah. Um, another cool thing is that some of the other players and stuff are stepping up and helping out with editing and stuff like that. So I just want to give some love to Gaurav and Tyler and Eric for stepping up and taking on some of the editing and taking it away from me, which I adore. I actually really enjoy editing, but I have to be in a sort of a singular mindset for it, and I haven't been there in a while. So yeah, it's hard. So I want big props to you guys for coming in and taking on that task, because it's a lot. Editing a weekly or bi-weekly 4-hour stream is kind of a lot to handle. So you'll be seeing more videos coming onto the channel. They'll be split up, and we're sort of working out the kinks and getting everything all perfect and hunky-dory. But yeah, so that's coming. And also you'll be seeing more things on the Instagrams and the Twitters and the what have yous. So yeah, lots of new things coming because we have so many new people coming in. It's going to be great. And Tis Fuzzy, sure, a Laserdisc, why not? I will basically burn off my Star Wars Laserdisc and just put on Amy's album, which is called Songs in the Key of D and D. I thought of that. Random question. considering Gen Con talk, there are RPGs that have translated fairly well to board games, D&D, Ravenloft, Chardalon, etc., and Pathfinder Adventure Card. Are there any board games you'd like to see turned into RPG systems? That's a good question. There are three at the top of my head. Clue would be great. That's a great one. BSB. Three at the top of my head. Talisman. Talisman is actually the game that got me into RPGs from the very beginning. It's a very RPG-like system already. You're basically playing a character with certain abilities, and you're going on a quest. You're not in a party. So it lends itself very easily to being adapted into an RPG, into any RPG system, really. So I like Talisman. One Night Werewolf or Ultimate Werewolf, whichever you prefer, would be pretty awesome. It's you have the characters, you have the powers, you have a unique gameplay experience, and I think in just due to the fact that you are essentially role playing when you play it already, it just sort of filters naturally, and then Shoots and Ladders, because why not? Actually, what would be interesting would be Candyland. Just if you went bonkers with or cuckoo bananas, as it were, with the setting, I think that you could go really crazy with a candy like setting. So yeah, Candyland would be great. The other one would be see, can I get the whole name? Epic Spell Wars of Skullfire Mountain, something like that. Epic Spell Wars. Just for the spell names on their own would be great. But basically, everyone would be a magic user. You would have no fighting classes or anything. Everyone would be a wizard, and essentially making up spells as you went, and you had to say them in a certain order and all this stuff. If you guys haven't played that game, it is really cool. It's a whole lot of fun. Pandemic. I haven't played Colton Express, but yeah, Pandemic would be great. I haven't heard of Race to the Sun. It's interesting. Mice and Mystics, yeah, that for sure. That would lend itself very well. Those are my tips, as it were. There it is. Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Duel on Mount Skullfire. Yeah, it's something like that. We either call it Epic Spell Wars or Battle Wizards or something along those lines, and we all know what each other's talking about. But that is that's a beast of a game. It's a lot of fun. It makes no sense, but it's so much fun. I actually got that at Gen Con 2 years ago. Zombie dice, yeah, I can work. Sometimes I just like reading the chat because you guys are good. I'm gonna have to rewatch the stream though and see what everyone was saying during the raid, because I didn't catch half of it. Was like stuff I was just like, yeah, okay. But it seemed like there were some people that were like legitimately interested in there. I hope they're still watching. An RPG on Tetris? Yeah, why not? I'd buy it. I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd play it. I know. Farquaad's going to have to change the graphic to me reading manuals to me reading chat. This is just a nice way to relax my day off my day off, and what do? I stream on on Twitch. That's pretty cool, right? That's not crazy, right? Right, guys? No. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Um. Yeah. The art on Epic Spell Wars is amazing. Um, the guy who did the art also, I think, works on Mr. Pickles or Uncle Grandpa, or both. Um, so yeah, it's crazy. It's as crazy as those shows are. I'm trying to think what else. What else we have going on? Not a whole lot. Um, we're really, I think we're just getting into our groove now with all of the new streams, and so we're just trying to kind of fit into what sort of how that's going to work, and then eventually going to revisit the tutorial stuff that we want to do as well, like we did with Pathfinder. So we're talking about things. That's why we have Pathfinder and Shadowrunner sort of on the horizon, but also teaching other systems. And we have a couple of ideas for how that's going to go by. Um, yes. Um, yeah, I know. It's your day off too, and you're watching me. Oh, who is more fool? The fool who takes a day off and then does more work, or the fool who has a night off and watches the fool who, I don't know. I've lost count of how many fools there are now. Um, anyway, one thing that we were talking about doing, and I I will toss this out to you, and then I'll answer BSB's question. Um, one thing we're thinking of doing, and well, not thinking of doing, we're going to do it, but I'll be curious as to what you guys think about it. But after we stream, we're going to off Twitch, off live. We're going to do a quick session where we take some sort of rule that we encounter during that session, and we're going to kind of break it down and talk about it, and then release that video separately. It'll be short, maybe 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes long, something like that, maybe 5 minutes, maybe as long as 10 minutes, who knows, however long it takes us to detail that particular rule. But basically, it's a way for us to kind of teach the systems that we're playing, because we don't often have a lot of time while we play to kind of break down the rules and explain why it is the way it is and how that works. And of course, a lot of times our games are homebrewed, because just like when you guys play, you probably have specific rules that you adhere to and ones that you don't, because they just don't make sense for the people that you're playing with. So we do that too, but it's important for me from my standpoint that I understand how a system works before I break it down and take away some of the rules, because I've found that playing games and not knowing the rules can sometimes hamper the experience. And it's maybe a funny thing to say about playing games and saying, oh, you're not playing it right, then you must be, you're not having a good time. I don't subscribe to that belief. I think you can play a game any way that you want to, as long as you're having fun, then and everyone around you is also having fun. Everyone that you're playing the game with is having fun. Then it's not a problem. But I've been in games where we were playing and we either we get wiped out, or someone's not having a good time. They think it's imbalanced or something like that. It's usually because we didn't read the rules thoroughly enough. So one of the things that I like doing with Saving Throw is sort of breaking down the rules and saying, okay, this is why we went this way with this rule, or this is why we didn't go this way. This is why we use this rule or why we don't use it, etc. Anyway, so these after school specials, we're going to start recording soon and releasing those. So when you watch our streams, if there's anything in particular that you're like, hey, why did you do that? definitely hit us up in chat and or shoot us a whisper or something, and let us know, so that because we're going to be taking notes as we go of things that we had issues with, and then we're going to go back, and that's what we're going to sort of tackle, as it were. But if you have a specific thing that you want us to try and talk about, then absolutely hit us up and let us know. Yes. Live the game. It is like Dead Poet Society. Yeah. Forget what you've learned. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, never ever want to get into your fun is wrong. That's just the worst attitude to have. And I found so many gamers that have that attitude. Hey, you're doing it wrong. Do it the way I want you to do it. Well, no, we're having an okay time. We're enjoying ourselves. That's okay. It's totally cool to play a game wrong if you're having fun. So, yeah, I will fight to my last breath to ensure people can play their games the way they want to. Oh, Ridgeback, I don't know Only War. What is Only War? Do you other guys know Only War? Ridgeback is on YouTube, and he says his D&D group is taking a break, and they're going to play Only War for a couple weeks. It sounds like fun. I don't know what it is, but it sounds like fun. Exactly, G2V. Yeah, it's Mr. Scott, I should say. Yeah, if you watched our Never Tell Me the Odd system, I played super fast and loose with the Star Wars RPG rules. There's a lot in there, and honestly, there's a lot of rules that I could have used that might have enhanced the experience. But it depends on the situation. It depends on who you're playing with. All that sort of thing. So, oh, the 40K, yeah, Warhammer 40K, sure, Only War. Got it. Um, yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Uh, there's a difference between a someone who is role playing incorrectly and someone who is playing the game with the wrong rules, or with different rules or whatever. Those are certainly two different things, but it all comes down to it. Really, it boils down to the same thing: is everyone having fun? If only one person is having fun, then it's not working. It's not a game. It's a singular exercise. And in if we take the most truthful description of a game that we have, is it should be, or at least a role playing game, is at least it's a party. There's at least two people involved that have to be doing the give and take, and there has to be some semblance of a bond where they are united in telling that story. And if there's something, if it's a rule, rules can be rewritten and changed and stuff. And I like that a lot of the newer RPGs are sort of coming out and being like, hey, you know what? Here are the basics, but you don't have to follow these. Just kind of do something similar to them. Fate is very good at that. And even the even 5th edition rules have some things where they're like, you don't have to do it this way. But yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some exceptions to the rule with regards to that stuff. But again, I think it's very simple. If people are not having fun, then it's not right. And that might mean, hey, maybe you're not having fun, but the 4 other people at the table are having a blast. Maybe that's not the table for you. Maybe you need to move on. That sucks. But maybe you have, sometimes you have to look back and say, oh, I am the one who is not having fun. I don't want to exert my needs on the rest of the party here. I don't need to do that. Um, yeah, Adventures League. Well, you have to be sort of specific with stuff there, and you're kind of stuck with what you got. That's true, Bastion. Yeah, we a lot of players nowadays have grown up in a video game world, and so are um, coming at it in that sense that there's a winning to the game, and to win the game you have to play it right, and that's the beauty of RPGs is you don't there is no winning, and you don't have to play it right to have it work. Um, yeah, I think it's a very interesting concept to new players. They don't quite understand that. So um, yeah, very interesting. Yeah, so yeah, no, I've played a couple of World of Darkness games, and I'm still not sure how I feel about them, but I need to play a few more. I think to sort of get a handle on how things are working. I don't know if it was the parties that I was playing in or what, but it wasn't striking me. Hey Noah, how's it going? Welcome to YouTube, Noah. Um, anyway, yeah. So that diatribe over. Um, it's always good to chat about rules lawyering when chatting about RPGs. Oh, see, now we have people on Twitch saying hi to people on YouTube, but the people on YouTube won't see it until it shows up on on the Twitch or on the chat on the side here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, Shadowrun. The reason why we've taken so long to do anything with Shadowrun is because it is so super super rules heavy. It is not a rules light system, and in by not adhering to the rules, you really are playing a completely different game. It is that particular system is not how it was designed to be very specific in terms of the rules. There's certainly a lot that you can change out of it, but it's a completely different game. Well, I'm super excited at Gen Con to pick up the Shadowrun Anarchy, which is basically their rules light version of Shadowrun. I think that would sell like hotcakes because I think people love the system or love the setting of Shadowrun. Love the concept, but it's always been the rules that have sort of held it back. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes. Um, yeah, so we'll see. But I between World of Darkness and Shadowrun, I somewhat prefer Shadowrun just because I'm a little bit more familiar with it, and it seemed there, despite the all of the rules, it at least has I don't know, a through line or something like that. Like the lore from World of Darkness is so rich and deep. I feel like I would have need to have been playing for decades to fully appreciate it. But I'm not ruling it out. A lot of people have asked us to play some World of Darkness games, either werewolf or vampire or mage or something, and we just haven't had anyone who's had a singular experience with those systems, so we haven't really pursued it that much. But I don't know if someone runs into us and is very cool, and we want to hang out with, then we'll probably do some of that too, because a lot of people are still playing those, and they're still cranking out new stuff. So I'm interested in it. Yeah, yeah, Scruffy. That's sort of been my experience. Is that the White Wolf stuff, the Onyx Path, what have you, uh, is fairly flexible in terms of rules. So, but to me, I am somewhat of a. It's funny I say all this stuff because I am somewhat of a rules lawyer at heart, and I like learning the rules even if I don't particularly understand them or follow them all the time. Tyler always gets on my ass because uh, I will miss a rule, and sometimes it's a crucial one. But I like I like knowing that there's a rule for a certain thing, and I like kind of having parameters as to what I can and cannot do. And with the World of Darkness games, I felt it was a little bit too open ended. I wasn't quite sure exactly what I had, and my imagination was just not big enough. I'm doing great, Noah. How are you? Thanks, Faquad. I needed that. Um, yeah, there's classic World of Darkness, right? And then there's the new world or new awakening or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, because there's Mage Awakening, Mage Ascension. Yeah, there's a lot. And it's always interesting to me. There are some players sometimes when I go to conventions and stuff, it's very specific about what you play. It's never about the newest version of that game. I've noticed this with Shadowrun. I've noticed it with World of Darkness. I've noticed it with D&D even. Just people are like, no, it's got to be third edition. Third edition was the best edition. You could ignore everything else. Third edition is the only one that matters. And it's like, okay, for someone coming new into a system, having that kind of limiter put on it is a little. It's somewhat of a put off, really. I want to know, okay, well, what makes this better? I want to sort of see and play with the whole thing. It's not that I don't trust you. I just want to know. Um, Kind of run into that a lot. Oh, that guy? Blind Devotion? That's Murph. He is a Murph. He has a tail. And he was made by my roommate. And it's very cool. I never saw the TV pilot, Scruffy. He is very distinguished. He has a mustache, like me. I agree, Bastion. That's usually what I tell people about 5e when they ask me. Is it does straddle that fence very well. For people looking to kind of get involved in RPGs, it's a very simple system to. It has enough crunch to it that you kind of feel like you're playing a rigid system, but it has enough fluidity to it that you can kind of do a lot of stuff, whatever you want, and it sort of is a good entry level into that. But a couple of the games that we're playing for our 24-hour stream this weekend, Roll for Shoes is a very very rules light game, and it is a great introduction into playing RPGs because there's literally like two rules to it. Um, so That's going to be an interesting one to check out. And then Microscope is also extremely rules light, and great if you are looking to sort of create an atmosphere and setting for a game, a homebrew game with your players. So there are other things that I might recommend to people that are looking for an easy in. But I think D&D Fifth, being the most well known and everything, I think they did a very good job of kind of dividing the two between rules and gameplay. Root beer. Did I show you guys this? It's got a motor in it. It's so crazy. This one doesn't have a motor in it, but it's big. It's huge, and then you can cock it. Oh, I gotta shoot it before I can cock it. Anyway, sorry, can't wait. I have no idea how we're going to film a Nerf war. That I haven't thought of at all. But it will be interesting. And if I can do anything, it's to be interesting. That sounds like a lot of fun, Blind Devotion. Yeah, castles. It's a lot. It's too rich for my blood. It's very cool, but too rich for my blood. Yeah, James. I am trying to borrow a GoPro from a friend. The GoPro we use on set is a GoPro Hero One. It's the first edition GoPro. It has no Wi-Fi connection, so the one that we have will not work. But I have a couple friends that have some Wi-Fi. I have no idea how well that would work with the system that we have. I have not tested it, and I don't know if I will have time to test it beforehand, so may or may not work. We'll see. Gallant, yes. Pathfinder, you find Pathfinder more satisfying from a character design standpoint. Um, yeah, absolutely. I mean, each of these systems all has their pluses and minuses. Pathfinder is great for fine tuning a character and getting specific things out of it. It certainly has a lot of benefits to it. I love Pathfinder for that. When I want to when I have a specific idea in my head of what I want a character to be, Pathfinder is usually the first place that I go, just because there's so much splat that I can dive into and use that to perfect the character. So yeah, absolutely. Oh, readers copies in Anderson, Indiana. Will we need a car to get there, JC? I will check it out. That sounds cool. I love bookstores. I love hobby shops. I love checking them all out. So yeah, I will. If we can make it there, I will definitely try and check it out. I will be there an extra day, so I might be able to do that. But so, Bastion, it's funny you mentioned that, because that is what roll for shoes is. You literally roll for each of those things, and it's not meant to be pedantic. It's just that's just what it. There is nothing else to the game other than rolling for those things, and you build your skills based on how well you did that thing. So if you roll to brush your teeth, if you fail, then you don't know how to brush your teeth. So if you can try again, and every time you succeed, you can get really good at brushing your teeth. And then you run up against an NPC or something like that, and you only have a few skills with which to work with them on. And in our game on this weekend, chat will have an opportunity to just drop in NPCs willy nilly, and that is going to make, I think, for some fun times. But we did a VR episode. We did play D&D on Altspace not too long ago, so we did do VR, but I had to give the Oculus back, so no VR for saving throw. Exactly. Yes, it is a meta ironic take. Yes, castles. Yeah, there's so many cool things that I wish we could do. Uh, with the production, the 360, allowing you guys to choose the angle that you want to see rather than just relying on whatever we choose when we switch cameras, stuff like that. There's lots of things that we can do technology wise that places like Geek and Sundry and Hyper RPG and stuff can do. But we're not there yet, but we're getting there. But I love all those sorts of concepts. So someday, that's neither here nor there. Cool, JC. That's awesome. Yeah, I know exactly. Every time I come up with an idea like that, it's it basically means more work for me. So I have to be very careful. I've had to really uh, dial back the things that I want to do because I often want to do way too much stuff. Gallant asks, how many systems would I say I know well? Um, I probably know about, oh, I would say probably, if I'm not counting editions and I'm just counting systems, I would say probably about five systems that I know well enough that I could hop in a game and know what was going on. Um, and then I have periphery knowledge of maybe two or three more. But yeah, yeah, I don't know a ton. I honestly, I freely admit, I am not an RPG expert. I'm not like Tom, or David or Mason or someone. Um, I know the few systems that I know, but the whole thing with proficiency check was it was a way to sort of get me out there and looking into more systems and stuff. So you guys have introduced me to more things than I could ever hope to know. So yeah, and at Gen Con I get to play all the new systems that I've been hearing about and talking about. So, or usually I can't. This Gen Con's going to be a little rough, but it'll be fun. Yeah, what I would love to do, uh, if we ever do and now Erika Ishii has done these Nerf wars. She was like the first Twitch stream Nerf war or something like that. Uh, I would love to do I would love to do a basically Twitch controls Nerf war where you are able to control like one of those massive Nerf cannons or something like that. It's totally possible, but I have not the technical wherewithal, nor do I know someone who would be willing to do that for me. But it's totally doable. Uh, I say. But yeah, I think that would be awesome, and then having the GoPros around so that you can follow, being able to I think the key is being able for you as the viewer to be able to switch between the cameras so you can follow Amy or you can follow me or whatever and see what we're seeing and follow that, but then also be able to control where this gun shoots and stuff like that, or even being able to control the user just like Twitch plays. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, BSB. Yeah. Well, Um, in terms of comfortability, there's something to be said for just sort of throwing away the rules. It's got to be a system that you know well enough to sort of tackle, but also like be free enough to work outside of those constraints. And you know, in terms of being a GM, like I don't know, my brain doesn't necessarily go in all those directions that David or Wes or one of those guys can do. So, um, yeah, I enjoy jumping in there and making shit up, and I think ultimately that's what you need to be a okay GM. There's certainly ways to be better GM though. But yeah, I don't think GMing is necessarily something that I want to do forever and ever, but I have fun with it sometimes. I okay. I am going to look into the USB Nerf turret. That if that is truly something that can be controlled you remotely, then yeah, there it is. Look at that. Hmm. That's pretty fun. Anyway, what's my favorite system for a superhero themed RPG? Wow. I think Mutants and Masterminds is a great classic version. But nowadays that we have Savage Worlds and Fate, and um, some other systems, they tend to be a little bit better. Back in the old days, there wasn't a whole lot that you could you kind of had to pick from a list or roll dice on a table to find out what your superpower was, and you couldn't really be that particular with it. But nowadays you can really fine tune and work out what the power is and what it does and stuff, and there's rules sort of based around that. So I would say one of the newer systems, like Savage Worlds or Fate, that allows you to be, or Cipher System even, um, that sort of allows you to have more control over that, I think is better. I honestly, the game that I played when I was a kid was Heroes Unlimited by Palladium, and I loved it. I mostly loved the manual. We actually have at the studio, we have the uh, the rule book for Heroes Unlimited, and not mine. Actually, Amy brought it in. She's never played it, but she got it from like an ex boyfriend or something like that. Um, and Yeah, that was the one that I sort of cut my teeth on, because it I was playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it the Palladium systems all work together. So um, yeah, that's how that happened. No, I'm just reading chat again. Sorry. Um, I have to dance and do whatever for you guys. I'm just kidding. Yeah, JC, the TSR Marvel Superheroes. I never got to play it myself. I built we built Marvel Heroes. Well, actually, no. I think I did play Marvel Superheroes once. Um, but then we went to Heroes Unlimited, and we were able to kind of create some more things uh, with that system. But yeah, the gameplay I think was probably better with Marvel Superheroes. My beard is getting long again. Ugh. Um, yeah, City of Heroes. I I never got into it, but I understand the frustrations that occurred with that particular game. Oh, that's fun, Scott. Yeah, Necessary Evil. I'll have to check that one out. Yeah, exactly. Lift the game. Yes. I, I could read it out loud, I guess, but I don't know how much more interesting that would be. Yeah, Blind Devotion. Yeah. Uh, that's something I'd love to do too. I'd love to have a superhero show. We'd love to do Pathfinder, Shadowrun, superheroes. We'd love to do all these things. Uh, time, time, and crew to do it in. Yeah, that's the only thing. Someday, someday we'll be raking in those big bucks and be able to do as many streams as we want. See, Grav is behind it. Thanks, Grav. Yeah. I wish I could blind devotion. But sadly, if we had the money to fly people out here, we would have the money to hire more crew that lived here. So, yes, yeah. If we're only streaming on YouTube, then Garav can take his shirt off. Sorry, Garav, it's true. Um, by the way, have you guys seen the paint work that Garav has been doing? It's pretty awesome. Check it out. I love it, Scott. I can't wait. If you're running at Gen Con, let me know. I'm sure your games are already sold out, but let me know. Let's see if we can figure something out for Gen Con. I do have a drone actually. I have no way of knowing how you could control it remotely, but I do have a drone. That would be really annoying, but you could do it. Yeah, JC, modern games are sometimes good introductions into role playing games for new players because there's none of that kind of, oh well, I don't know what they were in the past and I don't know what I would need to do in a high fantasy setting or something. That's like, no, you drive a car, you drive a car, you drive a car. This is what it is. You go to work, whatever. Um, it's a lot more accessible that way. I've found actually it's funny, Star Wars RPGs. I tend to cotton to much faster because I am so aware of that lore and that history, and it's much easier for me to sort of settle into that game, and jump into it just like I would with any sort of modern setting. Whereas with fantasy settings, I love them, but sometimes you can get a little in your head trying to figure out, okay, what would I do in this situation? I don't have a cell phone. How would I talk to this person? Things like that. So yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good way to bring in new people. There you go, James. Yeah, that's really the trouble. That's where we're going to have to do it. Speaking of chatbots, I just spit all over my microphone. Sorry, microphone. Sorry, everyone at chat, but that's what this thing is for. See? Speaking of chatbots, I am and another on my laundry list of things that I'm trying to do is set up a new chatbot, potentially working with Ankbot. Um, it seems like it might be the solution to all of our needs. It sort of does everything that RevloBot does and that MooBot does, just not necessarily in such a nice fashion. Like there isn't quite the UI that RevloBot has, but it's less finicky than RevloBot, and it allows us to do a whole lot more things. So yeah, I'm looking into it. It takes a little bit of somewhat programming know-how to kind of get it to work the way that I would want it to work, but eventually someday we will have a new bot in the chat room. Not Zambot. Sorry, Zan. We tried Zambot for a little while. It wasn't working out. Blind Devotion, you'll be happy to know. Yeah, thank you, Farquad. You'll be happy to know that I wrote up for the team. I wrote up some of my specifics and what specifics you guys had suggested to me about flumps. So now, if flumps, rather grumps, are ever called upon in a game, the GMs will know exactly kind of where they come from. I don't have them statted up yet, but yeah, grumps have some canon stuff to them. And Caitlin being a grump name is one of them. Nipple Twister is also 1 in 10 grumps is named Nipple Twister. And whenever a grump named Nipple Twister dies, you have to pour one out. Those are just a couple of things that are true about grumps. Was there a bing? I didn't hear a bing. It was probably because everything's tuned into the headphones, so I probably didn't hear that. Yes. Grumps are evolving. That would be awesome. I don't know how much grumps cost. I don't want to necessarily uh, you know, put a number on a grump, but yeah, eventually there'll be grumps, and you can choose grumps from a list of things. Grumps will probably be fairly high ticket items though, because grumps will very quickly overrun a campaign. Oh, there you go. That's what it was. Yeah. So Revlo has this really cool thing where it goes, bong, exactly like it does when you're on a plane and they're about to make an announcement. So during Barkeys or any other game, I have that turned on, and it is quite annoying for everyone. But it's the only way I can see Revlo getting the Revlo suggestions come through is when I have the volume turned up and I can hear that. Yes. Um, yep. Um, what else did I have to say? Anything? I don't think so. Um, yeah. So there we go. Um, it's only a few minutes left. About 10 minutes left. Um, so I'm going to slowly start wrapping it up, or else it's just going to be me reading chat for the rest of the time. Um, um, blind devotion. That's a great suggestion. Yeah, well, I think if we can ever convince the guys to shave their beards, I will not shave my beard anytime soon. Sorry, there's nothing you can do. I mean, if someone donated, like straight up donated specifically $1,000 for me to shave my beard, I would do it. But other than that, not gonna happen. Um, so keep that in mind. If you ever want, if some big spender wants to come in and do something, that would be the only thing that I would do that for. Yeah, Chris. There's no way Chris is shaving that beard. I would punch him before he shaved it. Yes, Ridgeback. He is a genius. Come on, don't leave Scruffy hanging. Anyone. It would have to be collectively $1,000 specifically for the beard. It can't be for anything else. Yeah, I will take fan submissions for Monday Night Dungeon Fight. Absolutely. I would love any sort of fan submissions. If you guys have art or anything like that, songs, whatever, what have you, please send them our way. I would love to feature them somehow and show them off and be super proud and like a papa. And I love the fake beards idea. We'll do fake beards. Maybe that will be an unlock. Maybe that'll be an unlock for the marathon. We all do fake beards because we need more unlocks. That might be one of them. How much to carve out a Nike swoosh from my beard? $2,000. Yeah, that I don't know, James. That some of us have work where I'm already chastised for having a beard larger than other people's beards at work. And this isn't even the longest I've ever had it. But having a colored beard and meeting with clients, I'm not sure my boss would go for that, unfortunately. But so I'm not sure any amount of money would do it, unless like you're donating like five grand a month, so that I can quit my job and then start working on saving through it full time. Then maybe we could talk. I don't know. I'll put that out there. Don't do that. Yes, product placement shoulda. Where's Velveeta when we need it? You guys like Velveeta, right? I know it is beard envy, and I don't appreciate it. Thanks, Blind Devotion. I appreciate it. If I won the lottery, I would also be saving throws, Sugar Daddy. Yeah, I think most people would quit their job. Yes, JC, is there an email to send stuff to? There absolutely is. It's dungeonmaster at savingthrowshow.com, all spelled out, all dungeonmaster, all one word, at savingthrowshow.com. Dungeonmaster at savingthrowshow.com. That if you want to send something via email, you can send it that way. You can send us something through Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Well, there you go, Reckman. There's your problem right there. Oh, Scruffy, you're absolutely right. There's nothing to trust in Velveeta. Absolutely nothing to trust. Yeah, no, that's the plan. Get enough money so you can live off the interest. There you go, BSB. Thank you. That's it. Dungeon Master at savingthrowshow.com. Add it to your contacts list. I don't know. Yeah, those are all the places you can find us. Thank you, BSB. They made a Pirates of Dark Water rulebook? There's a Pirates of Dark Water RPG? See, that's news to me. I remember the cartoon. I do not remember that there was an RPG. Yeah, we've been talking about doing like one-offs where we take, a system and someone learns it or already knows it, and then we do a couple sessions based on that system. Sort of like No Survivors, Ivan's stream over on Geek and Sundry. But yeah, been talking about doing something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Get a lot of different systems out there. Okay, well now I know what to hunt for at Gen Con and probably pay way too much for. Well, we'll see if I do that. I end up at Gen Con. I end up buying dice and spending way too much on old modules, old D&D modules. Okay, yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I remember us talking about the Pirates of Darkwater. I didn't know that the RPG had come up. That's I will have to go back and watch that. And somehow tune out Drew's 9/11 talk. that was a bit too much. What about playmats? It's a good question. Dragon riding? If I can work that out, sure. I will. I will figure that out. I will figure out how we can get us all riding dragons at some point. I would love to do more on location shoots. I would love to go to game shops and other places. Yeah, there's just a ton of stuff I would love to do on this show. Oh, would I buy a playmat with perhaps a charity logo on it? Maybe. A lot of the stuff I do, yeah, I probably would. I would, and I'd put it on the stream. The only thing with the playmat is it often covers up the maps that we use, so that's something. But other than that, and we have the little dice tray. If you had a dice tray that had the CNC logo in it, that'd be pretty cool. I would use that. Heartbeat. Oh, Bastion, see? I know DuckTales. Pirates of Darkwater, not so much. I just remember he was elven light. He was like a super tan elf, and there was a girl and there was another guy, and they had earrings. I really don't remember too much about Pirates of Darkwater. Castles, talk to my friends over at Hrothgar's Horde. HROTHGAR's Hroth, Hrothgar, Hrothgar's Horde. Talk to John over there. Tell him that I sent you. I don't know what that means, but John is a good friend of our show, and we use his stuff. We have dice towers and other things that he has made for us, and he's very talented and might be able to hook you up. I don't know. I've never done Elf World. Pirates of Duckwater. Yes, Scruffy. LOL. It's a HOARD. Horde. Oh yeah, the Monday Night Dungeon Fight logo. Yeah, we basically it was just supposed to be like a monster truck World Wrestling Federation Murica kind of thing where Monday night comes crashing down on top of Dungeon Fight and sparks fly and there's smoke and lava and ash in the air and it's all kind of rough and everything and it's just like two steel blocks just crashing down it. That's what we were thinking of for not for Hrothgar's Horde. I just saw that pop up. No, for Monday Night Dungeon Fight. Yeah, just like the ultimate like ESPN on steroids, Fox Sports, whatever you think of. Put all of those together and mix it around, and whatever you come up with is probably about 10% less than what it should be. It should always be maximized to 11. It needs to be huge. That's what that is. Well, Gaurav, you didn't ask. Plus, that would be preferential treatment, Gaurav. You are in the finals. You can't also be making the you can't also be designing the opening graphics. JCS, have you ever had a GM run a game that was run like a sandbox MMO, aka you go do what you want and I'll keep it going? Yeah, I mean, somewhat. The sandbox nature of RPGs gets a little tricky after a while because, especially if you have other players, then it gets a little tricky because you want everyone to be contributing and doing something, and if everyone's kind of going off and doing their own thing, it can be boring almost to a degree, unless that's what everyone agreed to do beforehand. And yeah, I think it's an interesting concept, and if you like the sandbox nature of things, I do recommend again Microscope, which we're playing this weekend. That's all it is it's the sandbox, and you can create anything you want to create and do anything you want to do in it. But it's got a focus to it, so it's a little bit better than just like, okay, I've created this world. What do you want to do? Okay, let's go make a boat, or whatever it is. So I think there are pluses and minuses to it. I haven't played in a game like that, but I could see that happening. But again, I think it would need to be a little bit more focused for it to really work as a cohesive RPG. Barav. Yeah, if you bet on Gaurav, then he won't win. I'm not going to say who I would bet for. But Gaurav, if you want to do an opening for each show, I'm certainly not going to be the guy that's going to stop you. But I have ideas for the openings of each show. What I really would love to do for Barky's Brigade though is I want to film an actual opening. What I want to do is I want to have the Barky's Brigade theme song basically being sung in a pub, and we go through the pub and we see all of the characters, just like sort of the opening of a TV show. But it's just sort of like a seedy pub, but all of the characters from Barky's Brigade are there. And uh, yeah, I think that would just the song sort of lends itself to that pub like tavern atmosphere, and that would be cool. Yeah, the other my other idea for Barky's was to do a remake of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon opening, but that I don't know anyone who can do that. So yes, Garav should have a small cameo in each opening. Too many cooks, yes. All right, guys. Well, it is 9:35. It is 5 minutes past when I normally do it. Um. Oh, that's cool, JC. Yeah. I mean, again, if it works for you guys, that's totally the way to do it. Yeah, I'm 100% by it. Yes, castles. That's exactly how it would start. Yes. And then he'd basically point to each one, and he'd be like, and sorcerer, rogue, stuff like that, and then they'd all get their little powers and stuff like that. Barbarian cleric. Um, yes, it's like Cheers, but in a fantasy time. Okay, yes. So I'm taking off tomorrow. I think there'll be Rhodes Legacy. Wednesday is Barky's Brigade, our D&D 5e stream. Thursday we're off. Go tune into Critical Role. Friday we start our marathon stream at 7 o'clock with Black Bag, which is our Call of Cthulhu show. And we go all the way to 7 p.m. on Saturday. That's Pacific Daylight Time. And I really hope you guys can tune in for some or all of that. If you tune in for all of that, you are a champion and amazing. But yeah, get your friends. Donations are accepted at any time. You can donate either to our Twitch page as normal, or you can donate directly to our Alzheimer's team page, which I am going to put into chat right now. Let's see if I remember this. Oh. So I think that's it. Oh no, it screwed it up. There it is. Thanks, BSB. Yep. Okay. Haha, there's no oops dom yet. I will never screw up. Okay, anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for tuning in, for watching me read chat silently. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who rated the stream and then promptly left. I appreciate that. And for anyone who stuck around, thank you very much. My friends on YouTube, my friends on Twitch, have a good night, and we will see you soon on stream. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye.